Hello, my name is Joseph Ambrosino. I'm a fourth year political science and history major, minoring in psychology. I am the co-founder and president of the Black Wellness Club here on campus, which is an organization dedicated to destigmatizing mental health and illness within the Black community. I'm the co-editor-in-chief for Thread magazine, which is a literary arts magazine run by student government. And I'm also an Institute on Black Life intern doing a project with Dr. Ponton about the history of church and racial progress in Central Florida, especially focusing on counties like Polk, Hillsborough, and Pinellas. The thing that's been most inspiring, I guess, for me to track down this kind of history is my own personal relationship with Christianity. Growing up, I went to a predominantly white church where honestly I felt like at times Black people and Black history weren't necessarily being as recognized. So this inspired me to look into my own community in Mulberry, Florida, where I found a picture on Florida Archives of a KKK rally being held in a church just a block from my high school. And so kind of just dealing with that in itself is powerful. And I believe that people, once they are more familiar with this kind of history, makes them grapple with their faith a little bit more honestly. My research has changed me because now I feel that history is a lot more active than what I previously thought. Going to like seminar classes, a lot of like upper level history classes, you're very focused on writing the best paper out there and trying to get all of your resources right. When in actuality, doing research like this that is focused and grounded in a community that's proximate to you, it makes you realize that the same people that you're studying, the same KKK members, the same community leaders, the same activists that you're studying in whatever archive or history book that you're looking at, these are people that are still holding legacy today. Their kids are still going to the same churches. They've inspired people around you. They've inspired the decision-making and the thoughts that other people may have about you. And so a lot of this history is present. And so I think that's the biggest thing that it's taught me. I think practically speaking, one of the biggest challenges that I have is just balancing all of my extracurricular responsibilities. For example, I'm an RA, and so that kind of demands a lot of like time and energy focused on like your residents. But I found a way to kind of just make times, if it's on the weekend, if it's like trying to bug my brother for a car ride back to a certain archive or a certain library, you kind of just have to make do and kind of negotiate your resources as best as you can to conduct the best research that you can. And none of this is going to be absolutely perfect, which is why I have such a wonderful team at the Institute of Black Life to help guide me, such as Dr. Ponton and Rebecca. But it's all about just like using the best resources that you have. So what inspired me to start the Black Wellness Club was primarily due to family experience and my own history with mental health. In 2015, I lost a family member very, very close to me, my aunt, to suicide, to mental health problems. And I've been trying to grapple with that ever since, especially coming from like such a loving, warm person. I struggled to deal with how someone could hide all of that. And so going into my experience, when I went into college, I had my own balance with anxiety and depression. And so kind of just relating to what my aunt went through, I wanted to provide a space where people can feel safe enough to talk about these things without the fear of judgment, while simultaneously getting the right education tailored to Black experiences. My aunt was a strong, loving Black woman. However, due to the expectations that Black women face, she hid that a lot from her family. And so now that I have this club, my mission is to just try to pay it forward, try to pay her experience forward by making people feel vulnerable and courageous enough to overcome their bouts with mental illness and get them towards the right resources and right education to understand it as best as possible and eventually overcome it. So when I wanted to apply for the position of co-editor-in-chief for Thread magazine, during the interview, I already had kind of a mission in mind of what I wanted to do with the magazine. We have a very diverse student body here, especially with like different people from the Black diaspora. And so I wanted to celebrate a lot of these voices. And so I had planned and organized a Black Arts Expo to try to highlight a lot of the Black experiences within art, within poetry, within photography, and try to honor the legacies of several notable Black artists. I also was in collaboration with the Black Student Union for this event, as well as the Pan-African Party, to try to bring people together and try to celebrate and highlight just how much Black talent, Black artistry there is here on campus. I think with a lot of my roles, they intertwine because without being able to like organize an event for like Black Wellness Club or like propose a certain idea or project to like Dr. Ponton or being able to conceptualize like a theme for like the magazine, I think a lot of it comes down to just a level of conciseness and organization and clarity within like what you want to do that I think without these orgs, without like my own like experience with these orgs, I wouldn't be able to do. I think also like just the amount of like creative expression that is required for a lot of these interests and like research is understated as well. I think being able to like work with like Adobe or Canva, trying to make the best like aesthetically looking project or ability to just like make everything like look nice is undervalued as well. And I think being in these kind of roles like puts me in a position where I have to make everything look very nice and natural and things have to flow really smoothly. So I think in a lot of ways they interact with each other, but especially within those two things. I think if I were to give advice to someone who is interested in those things, I would say just be true to yourself, be true to like what you value and your own personal experiences. Because in my own experience, letting those memories, my family, for instance, letting that kind of guide me into like asking questions like, why didn't my aunt like seek help? Why was I born in a place where like a lot of this history wasn't necessarily talked about in the best way? Having your own like personal experiences as like a foundation for like your research question or whatever you're trying to get involved in, you're going to feel a lot more satisfied with the outcome of it, because not only is it something that you're putting out for other people to consume, but it's also a personal journey that you're undertaking. So that's my advice that I would give. So after this research project, I am in the middle of applying for a Fulbright Scholarship to attend the University of Bristol, their master's program in Black Humanities. So I'm a semi-finalist for that, and I hope to hear back soon whether or not I've been nominated as a finalist to be able to go to England. Other than that, I've also been accepted into an art history program at Northern Illinois University. They have a master's on a research track, so I hope to go there in fall of 2026 and study the depictions of Blackness throughout history, and especially within ancient Rome.